Forward. I have reread this booklet more than once. The value at the present moment lies in reprinting it as it is. But if I had to revise it, there is only one word I would alter in accordance with a promise made to an English friend. She took exception to my use of the word prostitute in speaking of the Parliament. Her fine taste recoiled from the indelicacy of the expression. I remind the reader that this booklet purports to be a free translation of the original, which is in Gujarati. After years of endeavor to put into practice the views expressed in the following pages, I feel that the way shown therein is the only true way to Swaraj. Satyagraha, the law of love, is the law of life. Departure from it leads to disintegration. A firm adherence to it leads to regeneration. Bombay, 28th May, 1919. Hind Swaraj, or The Indian Home Rule, replied to critics. It is certainly my good fortune that this booklet of mine is receiving wide attention. The original is in Gujarati. It had a checkered career. It was first published in the columns of the Indian Opinion of South Africa. It was written in 1908, during my return voyage from London to South Africa, in answer to the Indian School of Violence and its prototype in South Africa. I came in contact with every known Indian anarchist in London. Their bravery impressed me, but I felt that their zeal was misguided. I felt that violence was no remedy for India's ills, and that her civilization required the use of a different and higher weapon for self-protection. The Satyagraha of South Africa was still an infant hardly 2 years old, but it had developed sufficiently to permit me to write of it with some degree of confidence. It was so much appreciated that it was published as a booklet. It attracted some attention in India. The Bombay government prohibited its circulation. I replied by publishing its translation. I thought that it was due to my English friends what they should know of its contents. In my opinion, it is a book which can be put into the hands of a child. It teaches the gospel of love in place of that of hate. It replaces violence with self-sacrifice. It pits soul force against brute force. It has gone through several editions, and I commend it to those who would care to read it. I withdraw nothing except one word of it, and that in deference to a lady friend. I have given the reason for the alteration in the preface to the Indian edition. The booklet is a severe condemnation of modern civilization. It was written in 1908. My conviction is deeper today than ever. I feel that if India would discard modern civilization, she can only gain by doing so. But I would warn the reader against thinking that I am today aiming at a Swaraj described therein. I know that India is not ripe for it. It may seem an impertinence to say so, but such is my conviction. I am individually working for the self-rule pictured therein. But today, my corporate activity is undoubtedly devoted to the attainment of parliamentary Swaraj in accordance with the wishes of the people of India. I am not aiming at destroying railways or hospitals, though I would certainly welcome their natural destruction. Neither railways nor hospitals are a test of a high and pure civilization. At best, they are a necessary evil. Neither adds 1 inch to the moral stature of a nation. Nor am I aiming at a permanent destruction of law courts, much as I regard it as a consummation devoutly to be wished for. Still less am I trying to destroy all machinery and mills. It requires a higher simplicity and renunciation than the people are today prepared for. The only part of the program which is now being carried out in its entirety is that of nonviolence. But I regret to have to confess that even that is not being carried out in the spirit of the book. If it were, India would establish Swaraj in a day. If India adopted the doctrine of love as an active part of her religion and introduced it in her politics, Swaraj would descend upon India from heaven, but I am painfully aware that that event is far off as yet. I offer these comments because I observe that much is being quoted from the booklet to discredit the present movement. I have even seen writings suggesting that I am playing a deep game, that I am using the present turmoil to foist my fads on India, and am making religious experiments at India's expense. I can only answer that Satyagraha is made of sterner stuff. There is nothing reserved and nothing secret in it. A portion of the whole theory of life described in Hind Swaraj is undoubtedly being carried into practice. There is no danger attendant upon the whole of it being practiced, but it is not right to scare away people by reproducing from my writings passages that are irrelevant to the issue before the country. M.K. Gandhi, Young India, 26 January 1921. You have reached the end of the Forewords to Indian Home Rule by M.K. Gandhi. Click on the links at the end of the video to go to the playlist or the next chapter if it's available. If you enjoy the content and would like to support the channel, please like and subscribe.